Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I'm an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. If you'd like to know more about my knitwear designs, please check in the description below, and there you will find a link to my Ravelry page where you can look at the designs I have available for you to purchase and knit up. Also in the description below, you'll find a link to the Watch Barbara Knits Facebook group. We'd love to have you come over and join us so we can continue the conversations we start here on the YouTube channel. Today, I have for you a new simple shawl. I've done a few of these in a few different shapes, and the idea is to give you the basics so that you have the shaping and that you can just go for it. These shawls and this shawl can be knit in pretty much almost any yarn you want, and you just have to find and you have to swatch. I know it's the horrible SWATCH, so it's more than 4 letters. But you have to swatch to make sure that you get a fabric that you like. And what that means is you just, cast on a few and knit for a while with your yarn and your needle so that you find out if the fabric's going to drape the way you want to. I believe I have a video I can link to on swatching. Today, this is a little bit different than the previous ones. They were just simple shapes with texture. But the easy crescent shape shawl, I kept getting people asking how they could put lace in it, because doesn't everybody love a lace shawl? I know not everybody does, but I love a lace shawl. And enough of y'all asked, how can I put lace in there, that I thought, okay, how can I make a pattern that is as simple as possible, but still has a fairly high impact lace on it? So today we have a easy top-down crescent shaped shawl, and I'm calling it a 2-row lace shawl because there's only 2 rows to the lace. And let me show you the tiny shawl. Isn't it cute? So this is our tiny lace shawl. It is obviously, this is just the sample, but this is the shape. They'll come out. It's this sort of elongated crescent, which are really easy to wear because they curve around your shoulders. And as you can see, it is lace. Now, you cannot take what I'm instructing you here and just insert it in the previous crescent shawl because your cast on isn't correct. I had to modify the cast on a little tiny bit so that we would hit the correct repeat. And what this is it's 2 rows of setup and then a 2-row 6-stitch repeat. What that means is that your repeat is 6 stitches wide. You're going to learn what that is, and you repeat those 6 stitches all the way across the row. And the wrong side row is literally purl. You do an increase on each edge and you purl across the middle. So really, there's only 1 row you really have to remember. Now, this is done in fingering weight, which is a very typical weight. I think I knit this on a 6. You need to figure out, this is the Fiber Seed Sprout. I love this yarn, and I believe the color is Sugar Plum. But you can do it in sport, you could do it in worsted. As long as you adjust your needle size, you can go for it, and you knit it as long as you want to knit it. You make it as big as you want. So here are the instructions for the 2-row lace crescent shawl. Going to start with a long tail cast on. You want to leave enough yarn for weaving in and your long tail. You make a slip knot by wrapping around your finger, making an X, pulling your loop out, reaching through the loop, grabbing that and pulling it down. There's your slip knot. I'm doing it gently, it's not super tight. Then you insert your needle through the slip knot, tighten it down, and then with your working yarn, which is the yarn that goes to your ball, over your index finger and your tail over your thumb, we're going to cast on 9 stitches. This one here counts as a stitch. So under here, wrap, pull through. That's 2, 3, 4. Oops, see, I picked up both of those. That's not what you want. You just want this bottom one. Now I've lost count. So where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 stitches and a tail left to weave in. We're going to reposition the needle so we are ready to knit. We have 2 rows of setup. Oh, make sure you're working with your working yarn and not this stinky little tail who will get in your way. So let's get him out of the way. Now, to start off, set up row number 1, insert your needle. We're going to knit 2. So knit 1, knit 2, and then our edge increases knit yarn over knit, which is insert through this front leg, knit 1 stitch, but leave that stitch on your left hand needle, yarn over, and then I hold it with my fingers, make sure it stays in place, and then knit through that same stitch a second time. So you've taken 1 stitch and turned it into 3 stitches. It's a 2-stitch increase. So that was knit 2, knit yarn over knit, and then we're going to, this ball being silly, we're going to knit 3, so knit 1, 2, 3, and again we're going to do our edge increase in this stitch, so it's knit, yarn over, knit into that same stitch. We've turned 1 into 3 again, and then knit 2, 1, 2. Now we should have, since we added 2 stitches to each edge, we should have 13 stitches. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 stitches. And row 1 of the setup is done. Next, row 2 of the 2-row setup. First, because we want a nice edge, see I'm putting my needle behind my yarn, we're going to slip this first stitch. To slip it, you insert your needle purlwise and just pull it off the needle. Keep that yarn in front. So that was slip 1 with yarn in front. Then we're going to knit 1. And then we're going to yarn over, which is an increase. And then we are going to knit 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that we are 2 stitches from the edge, we're going to yarn over, that's an increase, knit 1, move your yarn to the front, and slip that last stitch purlwise for our nice selvage edge. Now we've added 2 stitches, so we should be up to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Huzzah! And that was it. That is the whole setup. We are ready to do the actual body of the shawl. The selvage or the edge stitches remain the same throughout. Again, it is knit 2, knit 1, knit 2, and then we're going to knit yarn over and knit, but now it's super easy because we're going to knit yarn over knit into the yarn over from the previous row. So you've got this huge loop to work in. So it's knit, yarn over, knit. There's your increase. And now for the actual pattern. It is a 6-stitch pattern. So it's knit 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do a double decrease. which is yarn over, slip one, but we're going to do this knitwise, so you insert as if to knit and slip the stitch, knit two together, and what that means is you see both these stitches, we're going to insert as if to knit both of these stitches at the same time and knit them together. See, that's our decrease. And then we're going to pass the slip stitch over. So you insert your needle through this front leg from left to right, pull it up and over and drop it off the front. That was the pass slip stitch over. So that was slip one, knit two together, pass slip stitch over. And we just decreased by 2. But here's one increase, and now we're going to add another increase. So we started with 3 stitches and we end with 3 stitches. No increases. So those 6 stitches are your entire repeat for the shawl. It's knit 3, yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, yarn over, and you do that to the end, almost to the end of the row. You're going to do that until you have 6 stitches left, right? And then we're going to end by knitting 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're to that yarn over, so we're going to increase into it. So that's knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, and then knit 2. So that is going to be a 4-stitch increase. Previously, we had 15 stitches, so let's count what we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. See, we increased by 4 stitches. You're going to increase by 4 stitches every right side row and 2 stitches every wrong side row. Right side row is finished. Let's go to our wrong side row. Again, just like the setup, we are going to move our yarn in front, slip 1 with yarn in front, knit 1, yarn over. Only difference is we're going to purl to the last 2 stitches. Now, to purl over a yarn over, we made our yarn over, and then we have to bring the yarn to front, insert to purl, and then purl that stitch. So you have that yarn over, okay? And then you, since we're purling, we just keep the yarn in front and purl. We're not counting at this point. Oops, I lost that. So, but look, see, easy to fix. Let's see if I can do it right-handed. So we would be inserting, okay, the yarn has to be in front, insert. See, this is why I don't do it right-handed. Wrap, and it goes through. So there, I did it 1 stitch, English style. We're going to continue. Oh, there's the yarn over from the lace on the right side. You just purl it like you do all the other stitches. Purl. And we are going to purl and continue to purl until there are only 2 stitches left on the left needle. So we're 5. Did that one. Get that one, and you will know you're at the right one. There we go. Got 3, and we're going to go 1 more. So there we go. We have 2 stitches left on the left-hand needle, and we're going to yarn over, knit 1, slip that last stitch. There we go. And that is literally the entire shawl. But we'll do it one more time so you can get an idea of how, no, I'm not going to knit with the tail, how the repeat works. So we're back to the same row 1 repeat. We're going to knit 2. We've got that giant yarn over, the increase from the previous row. So we're going to knit, yarn over, knit, Then we're going to do the 6-stitch repeat, which is knit 3, 1, 2, 3, and then yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, yarn over. So yarn over, slip stitch knitwise, knit 2 together, then grab that slip stitch through the front leg, left to right, and pass it up and over, yarn over. That was 1 repeat. And then we're going to do knit 3, 1, 2, 3. And that knit 3 will always be in the decrease, the lace from the row below. You see how that is? So there's a yarn over, that's the row before. So that was knit 3, and then yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass that slip stitch up and over, and yarn over. And now we're to our last 6 stitches. And our last 6 stitches are knit 3, 1, 2, 3, which gets us to the increase from the previous row, into which we knit 1, yarn over, knit 1. Final 2 stitches are knit 2. And what you can see is that we have now, let's look at this again. We have the knit 2, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1 into the big old hole, then knit 3, yarn over, double decrease, yarn over. See that? Knit 3, yarn over, double decrease, yarn over, knit 3, and then our increase, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over into that big old hole, and knit 2. It sounds like a lot, but I promise you it is just the same thing over and over and over again. We're on the wrong side again. Slip that first stitch with yarn in front, knit 1, yarn over, make sure you bring it all the way to the front so you can then start purling. We have purled until there are only 2 stitches left on the left-hand needle, yarn over, knit 1, slip 1 with yarn in front. There we go. It is started. Get you out of the way so you guys can see. We have started on our way to our crescent shaped shawl. I'm going to do one more row. If you feel like you got it, you can fast forward. But it's knit 2, there's our big hole, so knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, then we begin our 6-stitch repeat. Knit 3, 1, 2, 3, then yarn over, slip 1 knitwise, knit 2 together. I'm at a funny angle for the camera. Knit 2 together. Now there's the slip stitch. You insert your needle, don't grab the yarn over like I did, insert it, pull it up and over and off, yarn over, and then knit 3. You can see knit 3, 2, 3, yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, yarn over, and here we are, last 6 stitches, which ends 1, 2, 3. We've got our increase from the row before. Knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, and then knit 2. Wrong side row is just the same. Don't think you need to see that again. Here we go. That is the beginning of the lace. Let me turn it so it looks more. There we go. Let's pull this guy over. You can see how it just repeats and repeats and repeats. Now, you can start the lace on any right side row. So if you wanted to, you could do the beginning in stockinette or garter and then start the lace and have the lace only as a trim along the bottom. Or you could alternate between stripes of solid work and then do a few stripes of lace. You can really get creative with it. But this is a 2-row setup and then a 2-row lace pattern to make a simple, lacy crescent shaped shawl. I hope that that all made sense to you. You might have to go back and rewatch it if you're new to lace, but the basic idea with lace is you're making holes on purpose. And since we're using a double decrease, we have to put in 2 increases. They have to balance. Now, I didn't mention while you were looking at my hands, once you've knit this as long as you want, then what you need to do is the expandable lace bind off. I will put a link up here or here, I don't know which way, to a video on how to do the expandable lace bind off. It's what I use on almost all my lace shawls. It gives a nice flexible edge. If you really want to spread it out, you might want to go up a needle size. And I look forward to seeing what y'all come up with for this lace crescent shawl. As with the other patterns, if you want a PDF that has all the information written out, you can go over, check the link in the description below to the Ravelry, and there it is. It's $2 because I had to put some work into it, but the written out instructions are also in the description below if you just want it for free. But if you need a cheat sheet, you can always go over to Ravelry and grab it. I'd love to hear what you think of this particular video. Please let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. And if you have a knitting friend that you think might like this, or friends, please use the share button, share it to Facebook, share it to Twitter, have fun with it. Thank you so much.